The CIT project kickoff is always an exciting day.
The CIT kickoff is an event that we have that marks the start of our projects. So we all meet in the auditorium, and Ms. Norris and the other center teachers, Mr. Caudill, Ms. Logan, they'll explain to us what the CIT projects are, how it works, the timeline, and most importantly, what our projects are.
Our communities out there have needs, and they are looking for you.
This is an extraordinary opportunity, so it's going to pay dividends.
It actually stands for Community Innovation Technology Project. We've learned these project management skills over freshman and sophomore year, and we get the opportunity to use those in a group and work on a project that helps in the community or helps an organization.
Will, Trevor, Jasmine, all of y'all are there.
What's the thing that you like most about working?
So we have a group of sophomores and juniors. This team was of 9 people, and we get assigned some sort of technology project.
Most of the time we split it up by sophomores and juniors. Juniors would work on certain aspects of the project that they were more able to do.
We were assigned different roles, so I was a project lead, she was the project manager, and the rest were development members.
So we can probably have better synergy and complete all the tasks quicker.
Clear school email, because we all have.
Well, it depends on what you use as your primary. So whatever is your primary.
Yeah.
It's called CIT Projects 2022 Computer Club on Block 2.
At the start, we had no clue what we were doing, but after our first meetings and as time went on, we gradually got a better idea of what we were working towards, and like I said, I think it went wonderfully.
Good morning. We are the Jared C. Point of Sale team. We are proud to present our working product against this project.
And our project is the searchable book database.
This is where our project comes into play. We were tasked with analyzing these enrollment trends and dropout rates.
Our client is Roman Bahuk. He's also a graduate from Deep Run High School. He created a company called MetaCTF, which is basically a competition where students can solve cybersecurity problems, and they give you points.
Kind of like capture the flag, but it's an online version.
What he had before our project was somewhat inefficient and didn't really account for many outliers of the flags themselves. So as a result, our team made a new grader that was way more efficient and also would allow the administrators who would be checking the flags to have a lot more options.
It was very intimidating, especially for me, because I don't really have much coding experience. So I was like, what are we even doing? I have no clue what we're supposed to be doing at all.
I love that our client was an old student here at CIT because he understands our circumstances.
And he gave us a lot of starter code and documentation, and he took the time to explain things to us. The people who are competing would enter in their answer, and then this code would run, and then it would apply all of these different checks to see if they got the correct answer.
We talked about different frameworks for the new language. So we thought about XML, JSON, and YAML, which are just a couple of databasing frameworks, which is where you store data. And we decided to use JSON since it works very well with websites.
It was really beneficial to get to work with an actual client who knew what we were going through, and it was just insightful overall.
We were assigned the project of basically creating an interactive map for Woodland Cemetery, which is a historically African-American cemetery where tens of thousands of African Americans in the Richmond, Virginia area have been buried. But over the years, it's been rather neglected, and it's been very overfilled, very disorganized.
And our task was to create an interactive map that allows normal people to find their loved ones easily.
All they had was a notebook full of the plots and names. So first last year, we had to convert that to a database. So then for this year, we could convert that database into the map.
You can see if you drag over the different parts of the map, you'll see these little red squares pop up, and each of these red squares indicates a plot on the map. If we click on one of them, it will highlight, and it will tell us the section letter and the plot number.
Our client told us that she wanted us to make it so that basically you could use it on an iPad, so that when people come to the cemetery, they can just give them an iPad. So we did make it completely mobile friendly, so it can work on an iPad, it can work on a phone or a computer.
Usually projects that we have in school are more detailed, everything makes a lot more sense. This one we had to figure out a lot of it on our own and how we will execute it, so it was a lot harder.
Our project was more unique since it actually did things in the community, so we were able to succeed by using things that we've learned in the center.
It was a really great experience to be able to make such a big impact on a community where it was really needed and basically give loved ones the ability to find the people most important to them.
When you're in a programming class, a lot of times the things you have to create are very structured and stuff, and you're doing it just based on what you've already learned. But with this project, we had to learn how to actually research things on our own and figure out things on our own, because a lot of the stuff that we did, we had never been taught before. And that's very similar to how it really is in the real world. So it was a great challenge, but I learned a lot from it, and I'm sure a lot of our other team members learned a lot.
One thing I like about working in teams is that all the work gets distributed up.